Next, we have Brooke Ezett, followed by Mark Fantozzi's group, followed by Jennifer Corfin. Welcome, Brooke.
Thank you. I have two asks for this Linda Vista project. First, the first is that Councilmember Moen recuses herself. The mayor and the vice mayor recuse themselves on projects that would have affected them for much lesser reasons. The FPPC does not always agree with local agencies, and the FPPC should have been consulted before any decision was made regarding the recusal. You had ample time to call up the FPPC at 1-866-ASK-FPPC, 9 to 11, Mondays through Fridays. Secondly, this project as it stands shouldn't be approved. Have we learned nothing from the Oakland Hill fire? In 1991, the Oakland Hill fire swept through and destroyed 1,500 acres, 3,000 single-family residents, 500 apartments and condos, 150 people were injured, 25 people died. And some of the newspaper reports from the time said, it appeared people were totally surprised by the ability of the fire to move so quickly. Several victims were killed as they tried to walk or crawl down the hill out of the path of the fire. And they crawled and they walked down the hill because of the gridlock and the debris in the streets. People matter, profits matter, but people matter more. And I asked the council to make the developer reconfigure the project so that it is safe for the entire community. You have a responsibility to the safety of the residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. Next, we have Mark Fantozzi's group, followed by Jennifer Corfin, followed by David Yan's group.
How much time do I have?
So, Mark, do you have 3 people in your group?
Yeah.
Yourself and Iris. So 3 people would be 4 minutes and 48 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
Did you?
Yes. So I'm Mark Fantozzi, and I'm speaking in opposition to the Summerhill proposal. I'm asking the council to focus on what a lot of people have been talking about. Public safety has not been demonstrated on this project, and the city cannot legally approve this project without completing the required analysis. The project remains unsafe and incomplete. Your own records show serious unresolved deficiencies. The fire code and PRC 4290 require verified fire flow, water supply reliability, defensible space, and road access and evacuation safety, especially in very high fire hazard zones. Yet the project provides no wildfire evacuation analysis despite a single corridor known bottleneck on Linda Vista and Stevens Creek. I can't emphasize enough that the reliability and redundancy analysis and fire flow is so critical for this. We do live in an earthquake zone. Ground shaking does rupture pipe. Fire sprinklers don't work if they don't have water. So the water supply analysis is also incomplete. There are no fire flows. The water main in Linda Vista Drive is more than 50 years old, and the system lacks redundancy, and these same conditions contributed to the Palisades Fire water supply failure. Approving 51-unit townhome project without verifying system reliability is a foreseeable hazard. The environmental and biological reviews are deeply flawed. The environmental review shows that the Phase 2 investigation failed to test for 2 major historical pesticide uses. One's parathine and one's Zeram. This was an orchard at one time. That should be included in this environmental study. Both of these are fairly highly toxic chemicals. The transportation study also contains over a dozen critical errors. The transportation E&O register documents issued previously effectively have parking minimums, bike parking, site distance safety issues, school area operations, and other CEQA compliance issues. The planning staff improperly froze public safety. Planning staff asserted the project was vested, thereby exempting it from modern fire safety evacuation and water supply requirements. The legal record shows this is false. SB 330 does not vest fire safety regulations. Very high safety requirements require PRC 4290 or CEQA-related safety findings. These are police power safety standards. They cannot be frozen or waived. Summerhill's actions also raise even concerns. Summerhill offered concessions to two of my neighbors, concessions they refused to offer publicly at the Planning Commission meeting, claiming they could not make the project work. If that's true, the city is legally justified in requiring financial disclosure before granting any fire safety exemptions. And there's California appellate decisions establishing that when a developer seeks discretionary exemptions that reduce public safety protection, the city can require pro forma financial and cost compliance and evidence supporting any claim of infeasibility. The attorney even argued that evacuation need not be analyzed because the city does not have an evacuation plan. Despite the site being in a very high fire zone and despite statutory requirements to evaluate evacuation impacts, this is not a responsible development. Approving the project as is will have long-term negative impacts. The errors will result in increased wildfire risks, high fire insurance rates, lower property values, ongoing liability for the city, and long-term burdens on residents who rely on safe and reliable evacuation routes. I need to remind everybody, the people that are going to be suffering the consequences are the people that live there. The other people that may support this project do not suffer the consequences. Summerhill will not suffer the consequences of this. The council should either deny the project or request a full CEQA analysis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, and your group. Next, we have Jennifer